Hey guys, this is Anthony, and today I'm coming with another lowdown discussing an important topic about indie game journalists and AAA game developers. Kotaku has recently put out an article highlighting the relationship between the indie game journalist and the AAA developer and how it's not always so sweet. So, they have discussed how they have outed a lot of projects from developers such as Ubisoft and Bethesda, and they've been blacklisted for it. Sometimes they haven't even been told that they were blacklisted. So as they send out email after email asking for review copies or trying to get some kind of interview with the developer of a game or a project, whichever, they don't get it because they've been blacklisted and they find out through silence. And I'm going to try to weigh in on all of this because this is a complex subject. On the one hand, if you get your hands on the story and you're the first one with it, as an indie game journalist, I think you should report it. It helps boost your fan base. It helps get you more views. It helps get you more credibility. So the next time you release some early news, they see your story and it's like, oh, well, the last time they talked about it, they were right. So, they're credible. On the other hand, you got to know that when you get your hands on a story like that, the developer is not going to be happy because chances are they've had their whole press release ready. They have had selected outlets they wanted to have it first and so on and so forth. It kind of just messes with their plan and they don't take kindly to that. Now, I won't say they're 100% wrong for blacklisting these guys because when you think about it, they put a lot of work into trying to make these press releases and reveals and things. Now, you may not agree with the game that's revealed or whatever, but we're talking strictly about the press release of it. And AAA developers usually put a lot of money into stuff like that, into a lot of advertising and such. And to have that all just kind of pulled under them by an indie journalist is kind of sucky when you think about it. However, I just don't think that they should be able to so easily just shut up a developer or something like that, but it's something like a blacklisting. Especially since I personally feel like blacklisting is very counterproductive. One, it shuts you off from a source of media that could be advertising you. And two, what's to stop them from just buying the game and reviewing the game and so on? And three, if they found this information without consulting you, I'm not sure blocking their emails is going to really change that. I'm not sure how extensive a journalist blacklisting is, but I don't think it stops a journalist from getting information if they want to find it. I just don't know if blacklisting is the right answer to telling a journalist, hey, you screwed up and we're mad at you. I think what it does is break down a lot of communication between the journalist and the developer. And those two need each other, I feel. Developers need journalists to cover their games and stories so they can generate hype, and journalists need developers to make games so they can continue to exist and stay relevant, I suppose. I mean, I think this is more of an indie journalist problem because outlets such as IGN or Game Informer, I don't think they'll ever have to worry about crossing a line with the developer or releasing early information because they're commercially owned and they have people paying them to tell them, hey, don't do that. Don't screw up like that. And if they do, it messes up their paycheck and so on and so forth. The more independently owned outlets don't have that problem. They don't have that restraint. And it shows. It really does show that they are not held back by, I guess, the commercial norm. To some degree, that's to be respected. And it's just difficult to take a stance one way or the other. I understand that as a developer, you want to release your project the way you want to release it. But on the other hand, as a journalist, if I get a story, I'm going to report it. If I find out tomorrow that there's going to be a Grand Theft Auto 6 and Rockstar hasn't said a word about it, you best believe I'm going to say something about it first. Of course, I'm going to understand if I'm blacklisted, and I'm not going to make it seem as though, oh, they blacklisted me, my feelings are hurt. I understand as a journalist that when I do something like that, I am probably burning a bridge that I haven't even built yet. But on the other hand, people are going to see my story and be like, oh, that is awesome. He's totally a credible source for leaks. We should totally keep viewing him and listening to him. So I guess that's my official stance on the matter. If I get a story, I'm going to report it. What do you guys think? Do you think Kotaku was, just being whiny about the blacklisting? Do you think any indie developer is being whiny about being blacklisted when they do something like this? Or do you think game developers just take this kind of stuff way too far? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Look at more of our old videos because, let's face it, we're pretty entertaining. And we will see you guys later.